Hi everybody, Jordan with Karcher. You just unboxed your PS47 battery powered mister, and now you actually want to use it to mist disinfectant inside of your facility. So the first things that we're going to do, we'll actually unbox the unit and we will attach the mask. This little portion just slides into that column, and then you have the one wing nut that tightens it down, and the mister will be ready to go. The second portion is you have your vinyl oxide. Most likely you are going to use a gallon or a pail of it to actually fill up the receptacle, which is right here. We'll talk about that in a second. But the first thing that we'll want to do is we'll want to make sure that the battery is fully charged. Your battery charger is going to come in this little black case right here. So let's go ahead and start there. So when the unit's new from the factory, it will come with the AGM battery already installed, and it has an 8+ hour runtime. For that first usage, just make sure we get all that runtime. We'll plug in the smart charger. It'll go into any just regular 112 outlet anywhere inside of your facility. The little orange portion just goes to the little orange portion right there. You plug it in, you can walk away from it. When it's done charging, it'll just automatically shut itself off. With the charger right here, once you plug it in, the little power button illuminates. There are different modes for this, and the mode that we want to charge the PS47 mister is the one with the motorcycle icon. After we've charged the unit, it'll be time to fill the 1.1 gallon reservoir with our vinyl oxide. One thing I want to note real quick, you can see down in there a small mesh filter, and that's just on a quartz thread. This is an item that on occasion we will want to check. Just make sure it's free of obstructions and that no material has come over this little fine mesh filter, just to make sure it has a chance to strain our vinyl oxide product. Then, for disinfecting purposes, we can directly put our vinyl oxide right in the reservoir. Once we've filled the reservoir and we are ready to disinfect whatever surface it is, we'll simply transport to that portion of the facility, hit the one small little button. You'll see the LED illuminate blue, and then we are ready to go. One last item we need to talk about is the spray gun, particularly the nozzle right here. This is what gives it the proper 50 micron particle size of the vinyl oxide, the EPA registered disinfectant. If we turn this front portion right here counterclockwise, that will come down. There is a little device inside of the misting gun. We can make sure there are no obstructions and clean that guy off, reseat it, and just simply set that aside. The nozzle right here, it has a small orange seal right behind it. If you just press on that nozzle, that portion will come off. We can then clean the nozzle, make sure that there's no obstructions, no debris. We can clean this little washer as well. And again, then we can reseat those guys inside there and reattach it to the gun, and we'll be good to go. A couple other questions that we get oftentimes in regards to misters are A, how far away from a surface should I be? And part B of that is how quickly should my arm movement be? In terms of distance, I would usually say 12 to 18 inches. If you are in a more dry, arid climate, such as here in Colorado or the American Southwest, 12 inches is usually pretty good to get that saturation level that you're going to need for that 10-minute dwell time. If you're in some place like the American Southeast during summertime where it's relatively humid, relatively hot, you may be able to get a little bit further away, up to 18 inches away, again for that proper saturation level. As far as your actual arm movement, I usually use the cadence kind of if I have a 2-gallon pump-up sprayer and I was doing pre-spray for carpet extracting, or if I was doing like liquid fertilizer for lawn. Usually for an entire arm movement, I would say like 1001 is a pretty good even pace and even movement if I was doing larger surfaces or larger desks. If you're doing smaller objects or smaller surfaces, you'll have to adjust accordingly.